Hi friends, my name is Cashapp with Psychic MD, and we're here to do another pick a card reading. So, pile number 1 is going to be Shaktipat of Seahorse. Pile number 2 is going to be Spirit Bear, 396 Hertz. And pile number 3 is going to be Ishtar's Lion Gate, 888. Okay, see if we can zoom in a little bit more. And as per usual, once again, pile number 1, 2, and 3. See you in your pile. Hi, pile number 1. Welcome to my channel. For those of you that are repeat offenders, want to extend a very warm welcome. Thank you for stopping in once again to see what shenanigans is happening. For those of you that are new to my channel, thank you for stopping by as well. I really appreciate everyone's time. And as per usual, I hope that everyone receives exactly what it is that they need from these messages. So today we're reading from the White Light Oracle, and you've chosen the Shaktipat of Seahorse. Now, I'm not entirely sure if I pronounced that right, but we're just going to go with it for the time being. As you embrace your inner essence, you'll be at peace with who you are, including your vulnerability, and no longer see the need to conform to social ideals, which have no true resonance to your heart. You're encouraged to trust intuitive recognition of which environments and relationships harmonize well with you, support your spiritual growth and well-being on all levels. You have the innate capacity to manifest, relax, and you shall attract all you need. Volatile or overly restless compromise the well-being of the seahorse. Such intensity drains their energy, forcing them to go against their natural gentle being. They thrive in environments that are calm and accommodate their slow, graceful movements. Rather than aggressively hunting, seahorses wait patiently until what they need comes their way, then actively receive. And I feel like this is also a reference to the divine feminine and getting into that receiving mode. I love that. Seahorse has a relationship of common slam. What is that? Common Salem, not sure what that is, with seagrass and coral. Oh, it is a medicine of connection, protection, and stabilization. In such a strong relationship, we receive what we need without being parasitic. We intelligently seek out sources that naturally support us rather than attempting to manipulate someone or something to be other than what it is. In the case of the seahorse, as it hides from predators in the seagrass and steadies itself on coral rather than seagrass, not coral, are harmed. Neither seagrass or coral are harmed. Okay. So we're going to stop there. But that is such an incredible message about getting into your energy of divine feminine. Of course, we all have a divine feminine masculine, both at our disposal. And I feel for a lot of you, just the way my attempt at reading that went, it really just talks about you getting into receiving mode. And when you're put into situations and environments that are aggressive, or you feel like you have to be aggressive and a go-getter, and in fact, I recently had a coworker really bragging about the amount of hours that they had put into the job in their time card, and how their salary, and they have to scale that back so it doesn't really matter. But it was kind of like bragging rights. And so I've been in that position, so I well know it. Feeling like you can run circles around people, looking even at this circle, maybe even perhaps being in the rat race and feeling like you've been running circles or having to run circles around other people or even going in circles. Okay, something about that. Now, I'm going to say that right now your best bet is to go ahead and pursue more of a relationship with your divine feminine. That's getting into the receiving mode. And for some of us that have been kind of trained ourselves and hammered ourselves into a world where it's a little bit counterintuitive. Sorry, my dog is coughing. He's got allergies. Fur ball. It could be really difficult from moving from a mindset of trying to chase and go get and conquer and do into simply receiving. So I feel like a lot of you are used to kind of like the fast pace, are used to trying to, I don't want to say chase after things because it gives that connotation, but you're more in the male, the divine masculine. And so that's like go getting, let me do, let me, and not allowing. And part of manifesting is allowing things to come to you. And so this is a really difficult aspect for me, is just to sit back and receive. You don't have to necessarily do anything but patiently wait for things to come to you. Now, it doesn't mean that you're stagnant and just not doing anything. You could be manifesting. You could be right now taking care. For some of you guys, believe not undergoing like some hair treatment as we speak, or getting your hair done, or getting like a new look, pampering yourself. It doesn't have to be going to the salon and spending all this money, but it's really just taking delight and joy in being a feminine or having divine feminine aspects of yourself, whatever that means. And yes, guys can do self-care too. You guys can do pedicures, manicures. You can paint your nails and do henna on your hair. You can do whatever the heck you want, as well as facials. So part of this is just, again, sinking into that divine feminine and allowing what you've already, spoken into the world to manifest, to really come to you. So let's get some more messages. Show me what I need to see. Why is this card here for pile number 1, please? And show me now. We're going to get 2 cards. All right. We have the 5 of Wands. Yeah, so I'm hearing, even looking at this, it's like it's been a battle. It's been about the chase. It's been about the competition. It's been into the fray, I call it, jumping into the fray. And this could have to do with like your lifestyle. An example of that would be, I've been a single mom for a gazillion years. My son's going to be 20 on Friday. And so I've been divorced for what, like 19 and a half years? Who knows? Somewhere around there. And I kind of fully embrace this, like, let's go into battle. Let's just, fight for it. Corporate America, we'll try to climb the ladder. We'll make as much money as we can. I was in optics and sales and all that fun stuff, and managed as well. And a lot of it was addictive because I felt like my self-esteem got fueled by pretty much, Coco, can you calm down? Thank you. And my self-esteem got really fueled by things of this world and sort of like my bank account, and also like how much I can produce, and even, getting attaboy, attagirl from the bosses and things like that. But just really getting into that competitive spirit. And for a while, I guess it was okay. It accomplished what I had to do. But I'm an extremist. And I feel like this could be, saying that you were just extremely out of balance, extremely out of your environment, because your true self is more receptive to receiving. And yet you perhaps trained yourself or did not allow yourself to be in the receptive mode. Maybe thinking that it was weak or fearing that it would not come or things like that. So you got into the fray, into the battle just for the sake of battling. Yeah, Temperance. So this is a time right now. Spirit's saying it is a time for you to trust. It is a time for you to alchemize. It is also a time for you to heal, friends. Okay, so I love the Temperance card, especially in this deck. It really talks about balancing. It talks about having guardian angels, watch your back. You could also be fascinated by angel wings. For maybe one of you, not everybody, you could have had somebody cross over into the spirit world, and you could be really trying to come to terms and balance with that. And all of a sudden, I just feel like led to say that a lot of you guys are starting to see the world differently, that you're starting to see like this rat race is kind of this circular mindset, this running around doesn't really benefit your soul. It hasn't been satisfying. It seems like this horse is all fire. It's like, let's get up and go. And yeah, it's going nowhere. And I apologize. My dog is doing whatever the heck he does. I'll spare you the details. Anyways, so pile number one, getting more into the divine feminine receiving mode. Receiving. Now, for a lot of you guys also, I want to point out, this really leads me to think about like the conch shell. I want to bring this up just so you get the full experience here real quick. And anytime I look at shells that have this right here, I can't help but think, oh my gosh, Coco. He's okay, guys. He's got his medicine for his allergies, and he just works himself into tizzy and becomes a little bit of a drama king. Okay, go lay down. Go. But this leads me to believe a little bit of like clairaudient. So you guys can have an acceleration at this point in time if you slow down, if you get centered, if you allow things to alchemize and try not to force, push, pull, tweak, adjust, mold, shape, whatever it is that you want to call it. Allow things just to alchemize and allow things to fall off of your path naturally. I don't feel like there's a lot of like having to do action or anything like that. It's simply sitting back and getting into receiving mode. Now, I feel like a lot of you guys are also getting to this point where we're really getting attracted to like neutral colors or muted colors or monochromatic colors. And maybe you're even experiencing things like, okay, I feel so much more at peace. Maybe you're redecorating your bedroom into those colors, or perhaps your outfits, your attire, and how you do things. Maybe perhaps you are selecting jewelry in muted colors like that. And I feel like that is just really kind of calming yourself down, slowing yourself down. So let's get some more messages for you. One thing I want to say is also that being in the receiving mode, being the divine feminine, and just allowing things to transpire in a natural way is really, really beautiful. So just the way this horse, the seahorse, is incredibly beautiful. It's just no different. It's just really, that is where you're going to find your freedom. That is where you're going to find the correct pace for you as well. Okay. So let's see what other messages. Show me what I need to see for pile number one. Why are these cards here? And show me now. Oh, two. We're picking two again. Okay, so we have the Queen of Cups. And we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, this is about resting, see? And that was the vibe I was getting. Is just kind of sitting back and kind of calming the mind down. This could be doing yoga. This could be doing like flow yoga. Is there such a thing? I think there is. Or like flow dancing, something like going with the flow. I'm getting flow. So it's going to be really imperative for you just set aside some time just to meditate, to quiet your mind, even just to go a little bit into like breathing. Okay. And this also talks about healing. So I have like two healing cards right here. And this could be healing from competition, from abrasiveness, from being in environments that are not conducive to your energetic makeup and things like that. Now we want to play with our bunny. You guys, this bunny's bigger than the dog. So we have the Queen of Cups. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you're very psychic, and we already discussed your clairaudience, but I also feel like she's protecting your heart chakra right here. Okay, so there's an element of like you've been in self-protective mode, maybe not even wanting to address what is going on in your heart, or maybe necessarily acknowledge it. I feel like you may have like very, very beautiful hair, or hair that people really talk about. You may have like an arm tattoo, back tattoo. I feel like people see that you are self-protective, but I feel like you've also had to be because you've been in these environments. Now, to backtrack a little bit on this, I also feel like right now, this is a choice. You don't have to be in an environment that I heard is abusive, okay? I'm just hearing the word abusive. That's not for everybody. That's for somebody. This is not going to stay, is it? Of course not. Are we going to continue trying? Of course we are. Ha. Okay. So it's going to be really imperative, again, that you retreat, withdraw from whatever it is that's like causing a lot of strife, a lot of competition. I feel like this is even competition for the sake of competing. There's like no real reward. It's for the sake of one-upmanship, for just winning at all cost, okay? Now, you could be somebody, I heard like somebody's a mixologist in this group, or somebody is really trying to get the recipe right. And I heard the recipe of life, okay? Aren't we all? So rest assured that we are all just really attempting to do the best with what we have. And there is a time for you right now to take some time away from the rat race, basically. The horse race, any kind of race that you're happening to be in. And just take some time to heal. So I'm going to go ahead and pull. I'm going to try it again, even though it didn't work the first 5 times. Yay. Okay. I'm going to pull from the Practical Magic Inner Witch Oracle. And no, I'm not a witch. I've been called close, but not a witch. I just love these cards as well. So let's go ahead and pull some helpful cards. What does pile number 1 need to see, understand, hear? What is helpful to pile number 1, please? And show me now. Oh, hi. Is it? No, it is 2. Okay. Hope this translates well on camera. So we have the Rose. Confidence. Yes, get it? So this is about having confidence that whatever is meant for you will never pass you by. And we hear that. We're like, you know, if it's meant for you, set it free. It comes back. It should be yours. Horribly paraphrased, but you know what I'm talking about. And I kind of hate like things like that because it just really annoys me. I'm a fire sign. I'm not the most patient person in the world, like not by a long shot. But having confidence that whatever it is that you have planted, whatever it is that you focus on and put out into spirit, into the world, whatever you want to call it, it is for you. No one can actually steal it or compete to entrap it and take it for theirs. Now, I'm feeling like I'm getting some pushback energetically. I'm feeling like some of you guys have had even instances and cases where things were taken from you. So I feel like that goes here. So maybe there's an element of plagiarism where you did something and someone actually took the credit for it. And if that is right, if that resonates with you, then I'm really, really sorry about that. People just have no conscience. But ultimately what is meant for you is, it can't be stolen, okay? People actually will get their justice for sure. So we have Amas Veritas. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly, but I'm loving the vibe. I'm loving the image. This is about receiving. Once again, getting into receiving mode, having that confidence that you're manifesting and receiving whatever it is that you have intended, whatever it is that you put out there into the world that you wanted to receive. And just keep in mind, like, I don't know if this is really popcorn, But I'm slightly a popcorn addict, don't tell nobody. And I'm feeling like this is popcorn vibes. It's like manifest. Put the popcorn in a bowl and put that in the microwave. I have a new microwave popcorn maker or whatever. But anyways, you get the idea. So when the kernels are not impressive, they just look like kernels, yet you pop them and then you have popcorn. So I feel like this is saying that have confidence that whatever it is that you focus on is going to manifest without you directly and forcefully pursuing any one thing, okay? Last message for you, because I happen to look at the bottom of the deck. The T. And I'm hearing, what is the T on you? But really, in the end, that's your business, isn't it? So I feel like what this is saying is that people might be trying to get, the tea on you, trying to understand what's going on with you, whatever the case may be. But really, it's inner wisdom. You have all the wisdom that you need in order to proceed forward. And how to proceed forward is getting into receiving mode, allowing things to alchemize, to balance, to self-correct, I heard, and to really use that inner wisdom and have confidence that it's guiding you where it needs to guide you to. So that is the message for today. If you enjoy these types of messages, please smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. I do believe I have my things below so that you can purchase a reading if you'd like. So that is all I have for you today. Thank you so much, pile number 1, and until next time, namaste. Hi, pile number 2. Welcome to my channel. My name is Griselle with Psychic MD, and I'm here to do another pick a card reading. If you chose pile number 2, Spirit Bear of 396 Hertz. This message is for you. I know y'all did not hear my voice crack at all. Nope, didn't happen. So we're getting a little bit of sagey sage going on here. Now, my dog has been a little bit of a wild child in the background, causing all sorts of ruckus. I did even play with him before I started my reading, so I can kind of calm down a little bit. But we'll see what happens. For those of you that are repeat offenders, I want to extend a very warm welcome. Thank you so much for stopping in. And for those of you that are brand new to this channel, thank you as well. I really appreciate all of your time. And I hope that everybody receives exactly what it is that you are seeking. So with the Spirit Bearer, I want to read to you what I found. Excuse-moi. This is incredibly beautiful. You're being healed from guilt and fear. Such emotions will no longer steal your personal power or dissuade you from confidence, happiness, and realizing your own worth. No matter how unlikely it may seem, you're going to emerge from a spiritual winter into light and life. The divine ordained time for your liberation, healing, and emergence. Emergence? Into much closer... Healing and emergence is much closer than you realize. Abundant blessings are stirring and soon shall manifest. So you may have been going through a time, when I think of bears, I think, of course, of like hibernation. And not necessarily, of course, because bears have a lot of, symbolic representation. I mean, think of the mama bear with the cubs, and she is fierce. I just read a story from one of my friends on Facebook, in fact, and she had the privilege of having a bear encounter with her friends, and it was just, it like took my breath away when I read it. It was just incredible, the experience of the mama bear trying to protect and ward off people that she saw as a threat. And anyways, but yeah, this talks about self-protection, protectiveness of others. This is about hibernation. And I look at this now of this bear, and it's like deep silence. I also feel like there's a reference for the past, perhaps this even looks to me like an eye. Maybe it is your third eye opening up, or you're starting to see things from the past from a different perspective, different point of view, in a more mature, more balanced way. I feel like you may not be speaking about this with anyone. I also feel, for some reason, I'm looking at the bear's eyes. And I feel like this bear has just very kind, sweet, like honey bear eyes, like the color of honey, or very warm colored. That is the vibe I'm getting from there. But anyways, yeah. Coco, why are you laying there, honey bunny? So weird. So, oh, I happen to put my computer on top of his toy. That could be why. Sorry, Coco. So some of you guys, I feel like you have been in hibernation. You've been a little bit introspective, a little bit withdrawn. So sorry, pile number 2. We're going to get a little bit more sagey sage because I feel like we just need it, and just because I can. But again, I am feeling like maybe you've been a little bit withdrawn, a little bit in hibernation, a little bit in seclusion, which is not a bad thing. Depending on the time frame that you're watching this, because these are timeless, perhaps it is winter. And we all know how bears do. They tend to hibernate for the winter and prepare for it as well. So maybe some of you guys are. I heard the word stockpiling. Take that for whatever you will. There's a lot of messages coming through. And this, of course, is not a personal reading. So keep in mind that it is meant for the collective, and, you know, just take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else if it's not for you. No worries there. So, and again, the self-preservation, the self-protectiveness, the mama bear is here. And of course, could be papa bear. We don't read sex on this channel. I feel like you have a good nose for BS. I heard that you have a good nose for BS. And I also heard something about like your skin, or you can really see muscles. Like, okay, when bodybuilders go for their photo shoots and things like that, they a lot of them tend to not drink water and things like that, not hydrate, so that they could see the veins and the muscles a lot better. So I feel like there's something about some of you, your skin and things like that, that you're muscular, or you could really see the veins in your skin kind of pop in because you tend to take care of yourself. I don't know why that's coming through, but you're welcome. So let's find out a little bit more about this here. Again, I apologize for the distraction. My dog's just out of control. I can't help it. All right. Show me what I need to see here for pile number 2. Show me what I need to see. Anything that's going to be helpful, enlightening, and show me now. And healing, of course. We have the 3 of Wands. So there's an element of waiting. An element of waiting, an element of I put a lot of effort, a lot of time into something. I prepared for something, which could also be like the waiting period, because the bear prepares to go into hibernation. I'm not sure if I should just even say this, but you know, they consume things in order to plug their body up, so that I guess everything's on reserve and they don't make a mess in their caves. Whatever the case may be, I don't know why I'm telling you this, but with the 3 of Wands, I just kind of feel like you've prepared, and now you're just kind of sitting back and waiting, maybe even observing the time that you have waited for things to pan out, to work out. So let's just get a little bit more information here. I have the 8 of Swords. Yeah. So now you're in hibernation is what I heard. I'm like, yes, thank you, Spirit. So you're in hibernation. You are just kind of like focused on the waiting. And I almost even see these like 2 eyes and a smile. And it's almost like you've been waiting, but what you've been waiting is already is already here. So I feel like this bear, the spirit of bear, has their back to the 8 of Swords. And it's the 8 of Swords is about getting trapped in your mind. Being trapped in your mind, waiting, trapped in your mind. Okay, bottom of the deck, I have the Five of Cups. This is about feeling sadness, about looking at the past and kind of mourning when things were good, even sometimes elevating and, what is that word? Fantasizing that things were, romanticizing is what I meant to say. Romanticizing when things were different, when they were better. And sometimes, you know, in retrospect, we only tend to remember like the good times. And we tend to forget like the details that went into all of that. So with the Three of Wands, it could just be saying that, you know, I'm still waiting, or I'm focused on the wait, and I'm waiting for the old times to return back to me, the good times. Could be something to that feeling. But Eight of Swords right here. It was at the bottom of the deck. And the next bottom of the deck, which is really awkward to say, is a Magician. And so I have the Magician here. And this is saying, you know, you have at your disposal an incredible, like, you're very much like pile number one in some ways. You can manifest. You have the ability to manifest. You've already put a lot of time and effort into things. And you can totally manifest. You are not trapped. The only thing that is trapped currently, I want to move this camera, and I know better than to fuss with things. The only thing that is trapped is really your mind right now. And that's just kind of a you know, self-imposed condition. Let's just say it that way. Now, maybe you might want to explore the 396 Hertz on YouTube, or another thing that my dyslexia, apparently, I feel like I do have a touch of dyslexia because it just kicks in quite a bit, more than I would care to admit. But the 369 of Tesla, Nikolai Tesla, might be of interest to you. So I know that the numbers in the back would be transposed, but that's also a message I'm getting for someone. I feel like that would help you also manifest. With the Magician right here, I feel like you're just in your head. If you were just to remove these swords, at the center of swords, you have like a vision. And I heard a condition, a dream. And this is something that no one else can visualize. They can't fully see except for you. It's just all yours. And once again, similar to pile number one, it cannot be stolen. And I heard it cannot be jacked from you. Okay. So you have everything that it takes to manifest into this world, whatever it is that you are wishing. Now, be careful not to focus so much on the waiting, on the passiveness. And this is, you know, I guess the divine feminine as well is just waiting and being a little bit passive. But there is a balance, because this bear doesn't wait like the whole time. And it isn't necessarily a gentle bear all the time. As many of us are not put into one role all the time either. But I feel like you've been in this receiving mode, or maybe the divine feminine, or withdrawn for so long that you're forgetting, and it's imprisoned you. It's not like a benefit to you at this point. Now's the time to actually take some action and to create and manifest what it is that you desire. So with this Magician, you have the emotional maturity and the wisdom to be able to bring about what it is that you need and what it is that you desire. You also have the divine protection. You have you basically have all the tools to bring this to light. It's just a focus, like this bear is looking towards the past, and now this this Magician is looking like forward and slightly to the right. And it's like, what can I manifest? What tools do I have now to bring in what it is that I really desire for myself or other people? Now with this table, I'm seeing a lot of kind of like ups and downs and things like that. So it could be saying that you might be feeling like, Coco, stop. You might be feeling like things are a little bit on the up and down, and that you kind of, you need to ride the waves in the same way that you're willing here to be in that receiving mode and the waiting mode and things like that. it's going to be really important for you to really be okay with riding the waves, with understanding that, hey, you know, things, sometimes they go a little bit up and a little bit down, an ebb and flow of life, and that's really quite natural. So what we have been trained on, which is like television, things like that, is just to expect things to just continue to be better, to be improved all the time, to be glorious, and we just keep growing and growing. I don't know. I don't think that that's really realistic, because we need time for a pause in our lives as well. Now, I have this deck right here I was going to read from anyways, but I happened to look at the bottom of the deck while I was talking. So this is a Practical Witch, Inner Witch Oracle, 2nd edition. You can find it on Etsy. I love this little deck. It's so freaking beautiful. But at the bottom of the deck, I happen to look and I see Release. And it goes right back to the 5 of Cups, which we've all learned how to really identify with crying over spilt milk. In the traditional tarot, we have 5 cups, and 3 of them are spilt and 2 of them are upright. Oh my gosh, who needs glasses again? This is a 6 of Cups. This is a nod to the past, and somebody needs her prescription changed. I won't mention any names. That would be me. But with the 6 of Cups, that's nostalgia. Okay, so I feel like nostalgia, but even looking at the past, feeling a sadness there, waiting for the past to kind of return, and it's just not going to happen. So the 6 of Cups is wanting to go back to something from the past. Actually, it's very similar to 5 of Cups. I never thought about it before. But with the 5, it's like longing and not seeing the 2 that are upright currently. What you have in this current, like, life, or this current moment, being in the present. And so this is saying, you know, no more waiting for the past to come back, to return, or even old things to return. It's just a matter of getting focused on what we have currently. It's okay to feel nostalgic and pause and pay homage. Is it homage? I don't know how to say it, but don't get stuck there. So also, this spilled salt release, this is really actually telling, because, you know, when you spill salt, I mean, it's a pain in the butt to clean up, number 1, but you're not going to want to pick it up and scoop it back into the shaker. It's like a waste of time. And so longing for things that are past, maybe you can, you know, I totally get that, and I'm not going to let that prop up. Yeah. But it's going to be really important that you take those lessons and then continue moving forward, okay? I can't believe my eyeballs are deceiving me. Pile number 2, what do we have for you? And show me now. The Sparrow. Trouble. Oh, gosh. Okay, we're going to leave it there for now. So we have the Sparrow with Trouble. And actually, we're going to go ahead and read from this book, just because we can. Pardon-moi. As you guys, most of you guys know, I don't do like take 2 and 3. It's just pretty much one and done. What is what it is. So this is obviously an organic reading. Flawed and all. But I just want to say that even with all the flaws and things like that, you always have things to take with you in the future to move forward. There's always lessons to be had and things to be learned. And I feel like those can be really converted into gifts. You can utilize pretty much everything. It's all about your perspective. So troubles and challenges. When the Sparrow comes up, the divine is telling you to prepare and pay attention. With this card comes turbulent and unstable energy. There may be current issues or struggling on the horizon. Prepare and learn from these issues and events. With struggle and challenge comes great knowledge and growth. You can overcome this. Known in most folklore as messengers, this tiny bird is something to pay attention to. Learn from its steadfast creature and buckle down. To better connect with this card, utilize its energy, a candle, pen, and piece of paper. Write the affirmation on paper, carry it with you, or leave on your altar. When you're ready, tear your paper and burn it. I embrace the chaos and learn from my struggles. So, I feel like a lot of this has to do, the trouble is caused with the Eight of Swords, being trapped in your mind, being trapped in situations, but all of it is just how you think about things, whether it's a job, a relationship, or feeling unable to move forward, feeling stuck, whatever the case may be, that I feel like most of you guys are stuck with not being able to manifest a similar thing or like the exact thing of what you had in the past. And that's why they call it the past. And I'm talking to myself, obviously, as well. But anyways, I feel like a lot of this is caused by our own minds. Show me why these cards are here. And show me now. Fire element, take action. So what we talked about earlier is taking action. So the bear knows when to hibernate and when to come out of hibernation. When to remove that plug. Yes, I said it. I apologize. Sorry, not sorry. Taking action. And it's funny because like right away I got all excited. I don't know. My brain is more like fire element. And yet I've trained myself to be kind of on lockdown forever, kind of a thing. So taking action with the fire element is going to be really important. I feel like part of this action also, this fire element, is going to be you mastering your mind. You deciding, okay, I'm not going to think that way anymore. There might be elements to it that are true, but I'm not going to allow that to rule my decision to remain passive and to stare at the past, something that I can no longer put back into the salt shaker. Excuse me, something I cannot replicate once again. So this is going to really give you that energy and the magician vibe so that you can actually pick up and start anew in a different manner, okay? Now, there's a lot of reading in this reading. I didn't expect that, but we want to read from this too. Take action in passing. The element of fire invites you to take action. Inspired from the Tarot suit of Wands, fire encourages you to embrace your passions. Holding a message of excitement, this card also represents a new spark of creativity or inspiration coming into your life. When fire comes into a reading, don't sit idly by. Reignite the flame that lies within. This is your driving force. Free your fire. Follow your passions to keep your flame burning as bright as possible. To embrace fire, try fire scrying. You guys, fire scrying is so beautiful. It is the very, very first thing I learned. I was 4. And I believe I was 4. And my grandfather had just passed away, and there was a candle just like here, and all I did was just kind of stare into the fire, and I went into a trance, didn't even know it, but that's when I first started really connecting with spirit. So you might want to try it if that really resonates with you. It's actually really beautiful and calming. Moving on. To embrace fire, try fire scrying. Ground yourself and look into a flame and interpret what you see and what the element brings to sight. You can also use the energy of this card to help balance your connection. I ignite with the fire. So I feel like this is just about not remaining stagnant anymore, not necessarily remaining in the divine feminine, the receiving mode, because I feel like you're able to kind of balance things out, like the positive and negative polarities and the masculine, the feminine, all of that stuff. This is all about, the key is getting out of your head, getting out of the situation that has locked you into really looking at the past and kind of romanticizing things perhaps, or being unable to appreciate where you're at currently, being unable to also move forward and plan for the future. So this fire element is really going to serve you to get unstuck and to move forward. Okay, so that is what I have for you. Pile number 2, thank you so much for your time, your energy. And if you like this kind of reading, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe. Thank you so much again. Much love to you, and namaste. Hi, pile number 3. If you chose pile number 3, this reading is for thee. We're going to get a little bit of sagey sage to get us going, to eliminate any of the previous vibes from the other readings. So for those of you that are new to my channel, very warm welcome to you. I really appreciate your time. And for those of you that are repeat offenders, I want to thank you so much for stopping in once again for this message. Okay, I got like ash everywhere. Alrighty, we're doing this. For those of you that chose Ishtar's Lion's Gate 888, here we go. So your heart has a heightened connection with the higher realms and consciousness and light. A blessing, empowerment, and positive omen shall enter your world. Doors will open for you. Abundance and prosperity are headed your way. Take care of your heart. Ask for spiritual assistance and it shall be granted. Something negative is going to transform into something incredibly positive. Ishtar's the queen of the night, the goddess of loss and letting go, but also a priestess of light who holds the key to renewal from suffering. She is She is relentless in her pursuit in the path of true inner freedom. She willingly surrenders her attachments and identity, and even separates herself temporarily from her loved ones, with such boldness and confidence that she crosses into realms where others dare not go. She experiences vulnerability, and in that state discovers deep truth. Ishtar is the capacity of the soul to integrate our experiences. After reaching the greatest depth of suffering, she emerges and is reinstated upon a rightful throne with even greater wisdom, spiritual power, and compassion. In her reading, she is a guardian and a symbol of resurrection. You, my friend, shall rise again. Those who have felt as though their identity or any other marker of security has been torn away from them are her children. They will find their way back to peace and prosperity under her guidance. If you've been suffering, this oracle indicates an end of the struggle is imminent. You shall be restored with so much more than you have lost. It's a beautiful message, a powerful one as well. So we're going to get some more messages for you. So I feel like for this group is a little bit of my tower group. I feel like when you enter people's lives, you actually can crash and burn their ideas, their ideals, their momentum. I am actually seeing in my mind's eye a paper being lit on fire. I feel like contracts kind of go up in flames. What I mean by that is that you have the ability to bring truth and wisdom and a spark of reality into things that when you touch other people's lives, or when people give you the time of day, or people within your circle, they wind up questioning themselves. They wind up thinking, you know, this thing that I've been chasing or pursuing is not authentic. It's just not me. In that way, towers happen. And I'm also seeing a tornado. I feel like you can actually kind of cut through people's lives. It would just like a simple encounter and really change the direction and really cause kind of a chaotic movement. And I don't feel like that's deliberate, and I don't feel like that's what you intend to do. But rest assured that your presence is deeply felt. Even if you go and you have like a 10-minute conversation with, I don't know, anybody from the school, you're picking up your kids, or other students if you happen to be going to school, or coworkers, I feel like there's something incredibly deep about you that kind of cuts through the quick and causes a storm in other people's hearts, which is kind of a trip. I feel like people start questioning their identity, their own identity, and it doesn't really have anything to do with you. Outside of you are, I heard conduit. Is that how you say it? Pronounce your words, Griselle. But you're the one that brings all of this to light. And I feel like a little bit like you can come into people's lives and then all of a sudden everything is like upside down. They realize that this relationship that they're in is not for them. They realize that the job that they've been doing for 5 years is not for them, or 10 years, or they realize that they went to school for a certain thing and have all this education, and all of a sudden they admit to themselves that, you know, this is meaningless. It's a chasing after the wind. That kind of a vibe you bring. I feel like also your crown chakra is wide open. I feel like you are here to bring prosperity in people's lives, not just the destruction, the tower moments of people's lives. And I feel like, I hope that you understand like how I'm communicating that. I hope I'm saying it right, basically, but it's not like you're a destructive person at all. I just feel like you burn away the bullshit from people's lives. I want to say it like that, okay? The Ace of Coins, yeah. So, and the Six of Coins, okay? So, with the Ace of Coins we have right here is pretty much what we're talking about. I feel like even the snake kind of poking its head through is even saying, okay, well, this is a coin that I've desired and I've placed time and energy and effort into. But is it viable? Is it solid? Is it going to grow what it is that I want it to grow? Have I invested wisely? This can also have to do with sensuality. Your romantic partners, or singular, no judgment, whatever. Whatever your deal is your deal. 5 of Coins. 6 of Coins. Chris, I'll get your eyes checked for real. 6 of Coins. So we have here, yeah, we have the letter right in the center. So this could have to do with communication, with giving and receiving, right? And we don't know like which hand is actually giving and which hand is receiving. I feel like this is an equitable exchange. I feel like this is also a balancing of the scales, because when the Tower comes in, and this is like, has everything to do with, excuse me, with Ishtar's Lion's Gate, with going within, withdrawing, and really pulling back your energy and making that self-assessment of, is this still a good path for me? Is this the direction I want to go? Are these the people that are calling my people, really my people? Things like that. And so I feel like you're looking to see, you know, are things in a balance? This is, I'm getting Libra vibes. I'm getting a balancing act. And I feel like maybe perhaps you've been trying to balance things out also in a way that may not be the best for you, that you think, well, this is my lot in life, or these are my choices that I've done, or this is what I've invested, and this is like I have no choice. But I feel like you're even experiencing yourself that moment, or you're like, yeah, I do have a choice. I could walk away, or I could change it. You know, this isn't forever. I don't need to continue a path that makes me miserable, okay? And bottom of the deck, I love this. I'm going to show this to you. This is one of my all-time favorite cards from this deck. The King of Cups. Now, this king has been through it. This king is very sensitive. I mean, once upon a time, they were Page of Cups. They're very emotional. And went with their desires, maybe even perhaps in love with love, a little bit dreamy, very expressive, very emotionally in tune with other people. And I feel like for some of you, this is even stating that you are actually a King of Cups, whether male, female. I kind of just want to put this here. Whether male or female, it doesn't matter. I feel like this is just really stating that you have a deep connection with your emotions. I even feel like you're looking at the past, at what you maybe deposited all this time and effort into. And with the little like prison tier here, which I really love. It could be stating that you are kind of mourning a little bit of all the time and effort or things that you put into things that did not pan out. So you might be at a pause. You might be looking at the past a little bit. You might be some measure of self-preservation for others of you. This is about getting out of prison or jail. It could be real or symbolic. Or I heard like a boys' home or a girls' home, or even a foster care situation, or orphanage, anything where you felt like you had to follow a set of rules and regulations and do things in a certain way because that was a system that you were involved with or currently aren't involved with. So I feel like there's just a look and seeing, it's like almost like seeing that what you've put so much effort into has given you a plate full of worms. I almost kind of feel like this coin is turning into like a plate of like something that you don't want, something that you don't want to eat. Okay. Also, going back to the reference of the teardrop right here, I think that this, if I remember correctly, this has to do with a symbol of when someone took someone's life. And in prison, that would be a thing, well, a meaning, or in the gangs. So you could be someone that maybe perhaps were incarcerated for like manslaughter or murder or something. I mean, I don't know your life, obviously. And that could just be a reference to that, okay? Or you could be thinking about someone in that way. I feel like also at the top of your mind, like you've been through all the phases of being in the suit of cups. And so you're evolving. You're definitely changing. You might be changing your hairstyle. You might even have some facial hair and a goatee. But you might have these like really empathic eyes, and I feel like you were probably very much an empath as well, with the crown chakra, with the lion underneath, getting all of their downloads from the sun and things like that. I feel like this is very much you getting your connection to spirit. I feel like also you could be very close to the brokenhearted. That's for somebody. And also I feel like you're trying to make a return right here because there's like wings on his throat, vocal cords, like that tattoo right there. I feel like that could be saying even like, we're going to take a pause, but in a moment, we're going to speak our truth. And that truth is going to come from deep within. And that might cause some distress to yourself or to other people or to the situation that you need to say bye to, or that you need to change and end in order to enter something more equitable, more balanced. Now, at the bottom of the deck, I happened to look down and I saw the butterfly. So the number 1313 can mean something for you. I just happened to look down at the camera. So this is about happiness. This is about transformation. And I feel like this is stating that you know that there's something in your life currently that you need to transform. And this is also, I'm going to kind of crown this here with that. This is also stating that you know that you need to transform, but you also transform other people, other people's lives as well, with the little talk that we had earlier, okay, with being kind of like a tower or experiencing tower moments yourselves that cause a ripple effect that other people experience towers because they lean or depend on you for whatever reason, right? In the end, keep in mind, dear friend, that we're all responsible for our own choices in our own life. Nobody can live your life for you. Let's look at the butterfly real quick. So I feel like this is stating that you are looking at happiness, joy of life. Remember to enjoy the little things in life. Share smiles and laughter with those around you. Seek out that which brings you pleasure. Hold on to those things. Life is an amazing gift. Bring the butterfly's joy of life into yours today. The butterfly grows and develops in a cocoon, and it takes time for it to come out into the world. But when it does, it's a glorious, magnificent, and wonderful moment. Take time to notice the sources of joy and apply them to your magical practices to raise your overall happiness. To bring forth happiness in your life and connect with its energy, utilize the power of a yellow candle representing joy, energy, and meditate with that candle to bring happiness into your life. And your mantra would be, I rejoice in the moment. Okay. So I want to get another card for pile number 3. Pile number 3, what do we have for thee? What are these cards here? And the 6 of coins. I do feel like you're leaving a situation. You're right on the brink, just like we talked about earlier, of something incredible for you. And it is. It's beautiful. It's very delicate, and it's very pure in a lot of ways, okay? Show me now. The firefly. So pretty. Can you see that? Okay. Auras and observe. So we're going to look at that as well. Perception. Coming out of dusk and lighting up the night in many areas of the world, fireflies allow us to see what we cannot on our own. Take notice of the energies that surround you. Witness the auras in those around you and ensure that you act accordingly. Okay. Oh my gosh. That's funny. Bottom of the deck. So this is about seeing, okay, healing and the rose quartz. We're going to take these two. So we have phone tree. I've never ever pulled this card before. This is so cool. Community. So this could have like ancestral roots. This could be just going back to your community. People that you really resonate with, people that you draw your energy from, that help you grow, that help you be the best you possible. So it could be, you know, family of choice or combination of family of choice, friends, anything like that. But the phone tree, I just feel like even with this letter right here, there's a message that you need to send out, or someone else, or you're going to get a phone call or something like that. But I definitely feel heavy on the message portion. Okay, the rose quartz is healing. So whatever this message is, it could be very healing to you, very healing to other people around you as well. I feel like you're just living a situation right now where you just feel kind of dry and barren and things are just not working for you. A situation that you really invest a lot of time, energy, money into. And that once upon a time it held great joy for you. But I feel like also it was more of a trophy thing, if you want to be really honest with yourself. So I feel like you're allowing the sun to really illuminate things and to heal things. And for rose quartz to be here, I feel like healing is definitely on your path. And that's going to help you make the best decisions for you at this point in time. I feel like you're going to get epiphanies from spirit. I feel like even sun gazing is going to be really a great thing for you at this point in time. It's going to help you do some healing. It's going to help you also to feel like things are on the positive, on the up and up. It's also going to help you to speak really words of love in such a way that when you part ways with something, someone, whatever the case may be, it's going to be done with a lot of love and gratitude, and it will be done correctly. It doesn't have to be all drama. Yeah, but for a lot of you guys, I feel like you're speaking your truth. You're spreading your wings. We have wings here, wings on the throat chakra. We even have this firefly with wings. So I feel like you're flying away into something different, something that's going to heal you. This could be a love situation. This could be something that really helps you give you comfort, give you joy, and nourishes and feels supportive to you. But also, I feel pile number 3, it's going to give you the ability to see the world with renewed colors. I feel like for a long time, maybe perhaps you've been seeing things in black and white, being stripped bare, being shaved down. Okay. And with all the yellow featured here as well, I definitely feel like you are entering a time where you're going to start speaking the truth about your solar plexus, what it is that you really truly desire, what it is that you truly want. And if you have things and people in your life that do not serve your solar plexus, the direction that you want to be in, the direction of who you really authentically are, I feel like you're going to be letting those things go, okay? I feel like there's always a fondness for that, and I feel like it's impacted whatever this is, your life forever. But it is a time to move on, and I very much think that you're aware of that, okay? Pile number 3, thank you so much for your time once again. Much love to you. If you like this kind of reading, smash that like button, share, comment, subscribe, and until next time, namaste.